believe every season we go into, we have a model for that year. You know, what is our model going to be for that year? The team may come up with it, I may come up with it, we all agree on it though. And then we talk about player leadership, coaches' expectations, team goals, coaches and players' work ethic, the feeder pattern, you know, who's coming in, and the funding and support. And this is one of my favorite rappers, so I had to include him on there. His motto he had right there is YOLO. You only live once. And I think it's very key to life, and I try to make sure even in my life, you know, I have my own motto and things that I inspire me to keep going and to progress in my profession as well as when I'm working with my kids. And so these are some of the models that we've had over the years. You know, our first state championship we won, our motto was push, you know, pray until something happens. And the kids just bought into it. We have it on everything, our shirts, they wrote over their tennis shoes, they had on their locker, everything. Our second one we had, all we know how to do is push. You know, we sticking with that push motto, and they just buy into it. And I mean, and all this going back into, you know, I don't want to preach to anybody, but, you know, I just believe that you need some divine intervention. And I know the other coach over there is probably praying, and I'm praying, you know, I'm just praying that God hear mine a little bit louder than you hear her. So, the next one we had was due season. In the scripture, Galatians 6 and 9, talk about not fainting while you're doing good, to stand strong. In due season, you'll receive your reward. And like I said, the coaches and players can create it, or you come with your own. And this year's motto, push by any means necessary. We lost the state championship last year, and I'm just trying to encourage the kids. If you've seen that, I think it's a Gatorade or a Nike commercial, the kids want to incorporate that one in there. It's called RTH, Remember the Hurt. And he said right after that loss that they had at the end of the season, they started practice like right away, you know, because they want to remember the hurt. So they want to put RTH on some things to inspire them as well this year. One of the things we talk about is policing yourselves. You know, the kids, we all know who this next person is, the women's coach in basketball, Pat Summer. She made a speech after her 2008 title. And I wrote that speech down, but this is the part that got me the most, was when she said that when her players began to police themselves, she knew that they were a championship team. She knew then that they could take it to the top and be number one. And that's what we have to look at our players. So many times we want to take over, we want to look at everything, we want to govern everything, we want to be here, we want to be there, but when we give them the responsibility and say, you're the captain, you're the leader of this team, you guys, and even if you're not the captain, but you're a member of this team, and you see one of your players doing something that they should be doing, which may make them unavailable for the team, then you need to say something. You need to stand up and you need to say something to them. You know, I'm not saying fuss them out, but look to the side and say, that's not right. Don't do that. You're putting yourself in jeopardy of hurting our team or not being there for our team. And one incident we had, one of my point guards on that 09 championship team, she was always laid back. We call her Red, little shorty. She was always laid back, didn't say anything. And when kids mess up, you know, all the kids would be like, don't worry about it, it's okay. But we had lost 2 titles. And it was like her junior year, and she was just like, must have been fed up with it. We got back and practiced that next year, and somebody did something wrong, Red would be like, it is not all right. Get on it, we got to do it. And she jumped, and I was sitting there like, I didn't have to say anything. It was like, enough. You know, enough, we're not going to do this anymore. We're going back. We have brought everybody back. We want to win this thing. So when they started policing themselves in that practice, it was like, okay. Now they understand. Now they buy it. So it's not just me fighting with the passion. Coach's expectations. The team is an extension of the coach by Don Meyer. And I believe that. We talk about the point guard, but I believe the entire team, make them all buy into your philosophy. They are an extension of you. If you expect greatness, the players will work for it. And another thing we say is championship people, they give championship effort every day in everything they do. Whether it's in the classroom, whether it's on the court, everything that they're doing, they're going to give a championship effort. If it's just handing out the papers, if it's just, you know, going in there to greet people, we have people coming into the school for programs, be the best at it. Make them feel welcome to come into Miami North Senior High School. So be a matter what you do. This is coming from my boys coach. He was like, Coach, you got to talk about this. Like, don't just expect greatness. You have to demand. You have to demand greatness from them. In practice, on the court, in the game, demand it from them. And it starts, like he said, it starts in practice. When they come out on that practice field, we're in preseason conditioning, and we're doing extra. It goes into that mental challenge. And so when they get into the game, and it's tough, fourth quarter, it's overtime, they're used to giving 110%. They're used to giving greatness. They're not afraid to be great. And we all know that part about the kids don't care what we know until they know how much we care. We become not just coaches, we become counselors, we become mentors, we become parents to some of them. We become like that, number 3, family. We're all in this together. That state championship or whatever it is, that scholarship, whatever it is, because at the end of the day, yeah, I want to win a state championship. I want to get, like, we're all just about, but part of my championship is when we graduate, last year I only graduated 2 kids. One graduated early. She wasn't supposed to graduate, but she had enough credits and she was ready to move on. And the other kid signed with the Air Force Academy. And the year before that, we lost 6 kids, and all 6 went off to college. All 6 signed on it. So that is part of the program as well. The ring is great. You know, the championship is great. But when you can say you got these kids set up, and I think one of them went on an academic scholarship and the others on basketball, but whatever it is you choose to do, whether it's college, military, workforce, I want to be here to help you do it. I'm not just going to use you for basketball. I'm here to help you be a champion in whatever you do. We talked about the goals. A part of the vision is having your goals. Before the season starts, we set up a meeting, you know, and we get together and we group it up and we sit and I give them, I meant to bring in, and my fault, I didn't, I meant to bring the goal sheet that I give them. They all have a goal sheet, and then three goals will be based on your individual goals, 3 goals will be based on your team goals, and then we'll come together in a chat session at the end of that and write down so we can have a consensus on what the team goals, because your 3 goals can be your goals. You might want to be a 4.0 student, that's your goal. You might want to be the player of the year in the county, that's your goal. But we'll come together according to what you put down for the team goal and come up with a consensus 3 sets of goals for the team. And hopefully they all believe that we can win a state championship. So we write those down and we go all year. I'm feeding off of that. This is your goal. This is what we say we're working toward, and we remind them of those things. And that's what I mentioned about setting up the players for life. Beginning of the school year this year, each senior, I have 7 seniors this year, and they had to bring me a paragraph or more telling me what they wanted to do after graduation. After they gave that to me, then I wrote back and gave them some things that they need to work on. And I told them for the next 7 months, we're working on this plan. I have one kid that wants to go to the Navy. After she leaves the Navy, she wants to be a detective. So now, I'm not hounding her about taking the SAT or the ACT. Now, I know that kid needs to be ready for the ASVAB. I have a couple of kids that's going to sign a basketball scholarship, but I got a couple in the middle that, you know, not sure if it's going to be available. And I said, well, we'll work. You know, Coach, I want an athletic scholarship. But if I don't, you know, I said, well, if we don't, let's look at some different academic scholarships. Let's look at your GPA. Let's see if you can qualify for bright futures. So as a coach, we need to take responsibility and say, if they're giving us their time on the basketball court, this is my own personal philosophy. You might feel like I don't have time to do all that. But I feel like if they're giving us that kind of time on the basketball court, we need to give them that kind of leadership and that guidance to kind of set them up for what they're going to do after basketball is over. And that goes into play to how your feeder pattern and the kids that's not at your school, they want to be a part of your program because they see what your players are doing. Those parents start buying into, and I'm going to get to that, buying into what you're doing at your program. What are the kids working for? When we talk about scholarships, that year we had 1 kid signed with Pitt and 1 kid that signed with Long Island. The kid that signed with Pitt actually went off to Pitt as a sophomore in the classroom at the University of Pitt. She's now graduated from the University of Pitt just this past May with a degree in financing and budgeting or something like that, and has 2 years of basketball left. Wasn't loving life at Pitt and just transferred to Lamar University to play her last 2 years and earn in some type of banking, finance, and field. I just don't forget about Coach when you finish. I know you're going international, you're gonna be working with, so just don't forget about me.